Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So let's start the session now. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So far, we had the discussion regarding ITIL. Now, today is going to be the first session on troubleshooting. So, we will be discussing what kind of issue comes in the company from the technical side and how we are going to fix it. That's what we are going to discuss from today onwards. So, this will be the session for 5 days. This will last up to Friday. So Friday would be your last class with me. So let's start. So we have to discuss a lot of issues in the troubleshooting session. So the first issue I will take regarding Wi-Fi. This is the most frequent issue and you will get a lot of tickets regarding this. So if someone is complaining that my Wi-Fi is not getting connected, I am not able to connect to the Wi-Fi, my internet is not coming after connecting to the Wi-Fi. So how will you troubleshoot that issue? So you will get the ticket regarding the Wi-Fi. How will you troubleshoot? So let's discuss that point. So I am pulling one of the document over here. So if someone is complaining that their Wi-Fi is not working, how will you start your troubleshooting? So what you have to do, the whenever we start the troubleshooting, we should start with the basic. Always start the troubleshooting with the basics, then go to advanced, then fix the issue. Don't jump to the advanced step in the beginning. Always start with the basic. So if the interviewer asks you that if this is the issue, how will you fix? So again, you have to start with the basic. Just give the answers in the sequence. So how will you approach this kind of issue? So if someone is complaining that I am not able to connect to the Wi-Fi, in this case, the first step would be you need to check the icon, the status icon of your Wi-Fi bar. So we have a Wi-Fi signal bar in the taskbar. Can you see my mouse pointer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
we
sir.
have a Wi-Fi bar over here. We need to check this status, like what is the status of this Wi-Fi bar. So if there is something wrong, if there is something wrong, it will look like this. It will look like yellow icon. There will be yellow icon on the Wi-Fi signal. We call it limited connectivity. This type of issue is called limited connectivity. Here we will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Internet will not work. The second type of status can be red cross like this. There can be red cross. This kind of red cross will be there on the Wi-Fi signal and we will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So we need to check the status that what is the current status of the Wi-Fi icon. Accordingly, we have to do our troubleshooting. In yellow icon case, troubleshooting will be different. In red cross case, the troubleshooting is going to be different. So let's suppose yellow icon is there. If this icon is coming, this is known as limited connectivity. So how will you troubleshoot this issue? So what you need to do, your internet is not working, you are getting a yellow icon. So how will you troubleshoot? So simply go to that particular icon. You can right click and you can click on diagnose network problems. If that option is not coming, what you can do, you can go to run. You will get the notes of it. So don't worry about it. Go to run, type ncpa.cpl, click on OK, select your Wi-Fi NIC card, right click and simply click on diagnose. Click on diagnose button. Once you click on the diagnose button, so if there is any driver level of issues, if there is any synchronization level of issues, so this will be fixed after doing the diagnosis. In my case, you can see you are connected to the internet. We did not find any problem because in my case, Wi-Fi is working perfectly. I am not getting any error. But if the yellow icon is coming on the Wi-Fi signal, you have to first right click on the Wi-Fi adapter, click on diagnose. If there is any agent connectivity issue, if there is any synchronization level of issues, it will automatically fix it. This is the inbuilt tool of the Microsoft. So in the Windows, this tool is available. And in most of the scenarios, if there is any sync issue, it will get fixed automatically. You don't have to do anything. Simply right click and diagnose the connection. It will automatically fix it. If doing this does not solve your problem, if you have tried this option but still you are getting the yellow icon, now the second thing would be you need to right click on the Wi-Fi and you have to disable it. Disable the NIC. I will not disable that because if I will disable it, so our internet will be disconnected and we will be out from the class. So you have to right click first, then disable. Once it is disabled, right click again and you need to enable. Once I will disable it, so I will get the option of enable. So disable, then enable. After doing this, still there is a yellow icon. Now what you have to do, you have to right click, go to properties, and you need to make sure that IP version 4 option should be selected. This option should be checked. If it is unchecked, if it is not selected, you will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi in the company because without IP, we cannot connect to any internet. So we need to make sure that IP version 4 should be selected. IP version 6 is not mandatory. No one uses IP version 6 in the company. We just need to make sure that IP version 4 option is selected. One more thing, we need to go to the properties and we need to make sure that obtain IP address automatically and obtain DNS server address automatically option should be enabled. These both options should be enabled because in company there will be DHCP server and DHCP server will provide the automatic IP, subnet mask, default gateway and DNS address. So we will not type anything manually. If the manual option is on like this and if something is typed here, we need to make sure obtain IP address automatically and obtain DNS address automatically should be enabled. It should be selected because DHCP will provide all the IP configurations. Then we would be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So these are some basic things that you need to check. After checking all these things, still if there is a yellow icon coming, now what you have to do, now you have to check your IP address. What is the IP address of your system? Are you able to get the IP from the DHCP or not? Because if you are not getting the proper IP address, you will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So the next turn would be check your IP. And all of you know how to check the IP. It's very simple. Open command, type ipconfig, then enter. If I will press enter, I can see my IP address, I can see my subnet mask, I can see my default gateway. This is my router IP. There is one more command, ipconfig/all. In interview, interviewer can ask you what is the difference between ipconfig and ipconfig/all command. So you should know the practical difference. If I will run ipconfig, so I would be able to see IP, subnet mask and default gateway address. But if I will use ipconfig/all, so I can see my MAC address, if I am getting the IP from DHCP or not. So yes, I am getting the IP from DHCP. This is my system IP address. This is my subnet mask. I have received the IP address from DHCP on this particular time, on this particular timing. So this is the timing when I started my laptop. That's the reason it is showing this timing. Then my router IP. What is the IP of my DHCP server? So this is the IP. What is the IP of my DNS server? So this is the IP. So using the ipconfig/all, you can see all the TCP IP parameters: subnet mask, DHCP address, auto configuration status, DNS status, MAC address, lease timing, everything. This is the practical difference that you should know. Now, if there is a yellow icon, the Wi-Fi is not getting connected, you need to check the IP address of your system. You need to check the IP address. If the IP address is showing within this range, if the IP address is showing within this range, this one, 169.254.0.12, 169.254.255.255. If this range of IP address is reflecting here, it means your DHCP server is not giving you the proper IP address. If my DHCP will not be able to give me the IP address, just like I have a DHCP in the company, let's suppose, and we have laptop and desktops. If my DHCP is not providing me the IP address, then I will not be able to connect to the internet. Wi-Fi will not work. LAN internet will also not work. So if that is the scenario, I need to check my IP address. And if my DHCP is not giving me the IP, so there is a service. There is a service in Windows. In Windows operating system, any window, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, there is a service that is called Apipa. APIPA. Automatic Private Internet Protocol Address. So this is the service which is available in my operating system. And if my DHCP is not able to give me the IP, it can be of any reason. Might be the IP has been finished, because in the DHCP there will be the range of IP. If you remember the example we had taken in our ITIL session, so the IP got finished. So if IP is not available, DHCP will not be able to provide the IP. This is the first scenario. Second scenario can be maybe this client is not able to connect to the DHCP properly. So if client will not be able to connect to the DHCP properly, then again DHCP will not be able to give the IP address. This is also one of the case. So due to any reason, if the DHCP is not able to provide the IP address to the client, then there is a service in the OS which is known as Apipa. So this service will become activate, and this service will automatically provide the IP address to your system. And the range of the IP address will be within this 169.254.0.12, 169.254.255.255. You can also say the range 169.254.0.02, 169.254.255.254. That is also okay. But in the systems, the starting range of the IP will be this. So if you check your IP and you found that this is the range which is coming, which is reflecting in the IP series, it means that is Apipa. Your system is not giving you the IP. Your DHCP is not giving you the IP. That is the automatic IP provided by Apipa. Apipa de raha hai IP. And if Apipa will give you the IP address, if you are getting the IP address from the Apipa, you will not be able to connect to the internet. Internet will not work. If any of the system in the network is getting the IP address within the range of 169, which is Apipa range, they will not be able to connect to the internet. Their internet will not work. And that is the reason it will show you yellow connectivity, limited connectivity. So if Apipa range is coming, you need to check your IP in the case of yellow icon. If Apipa range is coming, you need to troubleshoot the Apipa. You have to troubleshoot the Apipa in that case. So that is a serious issue. Network connection will not be there, and if Apipa is there, so troubleshoot that. So how to troubleshoot Apipa? That is very simple. If you get the Apipa range, simply open the command on the system, type ipconfig space /release. This is the command that you need to type. ipconfig space slash release, then enter. I will not press enter, otherwise my IP will be released. What this command does, this command is going to release the Apipa IP from your system. And whatever current IP you have right now, that will also be released. Release means remove. So if I will run this command, I am not facing any internet issue. My IP is okay. It is 192 series. If I will do the release, so my current IP will be removed and I will be disconnected from the internet for some time. So your session will be disconnected. So I'm not going to press enter. You have to press the enter when you are facing the Apipa IP issue. Otherwise, after the class, you can run this command in your laptop and you will see the current IP will be released and you will get a new IP address. But do it after the class, otherwise you all will be disconnected from the session because of the internet disconnection. So first command to troubleshoot the Apipa is type ipconfig space slash release then enter. This is the first command. The second command that you need to type is ipconfig space slash renew. Renew means again connect to the DHCP, again contact to the DHCP and provide me a new IP address. That is called renew command. So first command you have to run is ipconfig slash release. Don't put hash. I'm just putting the hash so that I can press enter. So you have to type ipconfig slash release only. Don't use hash. ये बस मैं append करने के लिए use कर रहा हूँ. Then the next command you have to use it ipconfig slash renew. So these two commands you have to run if the Apipa IP is coming, if there is yellow icon. After that, what you have to do after running these two commands, open run, type services.msc, then click on OK. Here, you will see a lot of services running. What you have to do, you have to press D and you need to select the service DHCP client. You have to select the service DHCP client, right click and restart. You have to restart this service. Once the restart is done, now what you have to do, now you have to check whether the yellow icon is removed or not. So this will solve your yellow icon issue. If the Wi-Fi is not working, someone is saying that I'm not able to connect to the Wi-Fi and you have got a ticket, you check in the status if it is yellow icon, if it is limited connectivity, so you have to follow the troubleshooting that I told you. The first thing would be, again, go to ncpa.cpl, select the adapter, right click diagnose. That is the first thing that you have to do. Second thing would be right click, disable the adapter and re-enable it again. Third check will be go to properties and make sure that IP version 4 option should be selected. Fourth check will be go to properties and make sure the automatic option is configured. The next thing is check the IP address. If it is Apipa, then troubleshoot Apipa using ipconfig slash release, ipconfig slash renew, and restart the service of DHCP client. Then internet will start working. User will be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. This is the troubleshooting that you have to do in case there is any yellow icon issue. If this is coming, तब ये करोगे. If this status is coming, you have to follow this step that I told you. If the Wi-Fi is not working and in the status red cross signal is coming, if red cross is coming like this, if this is the icon, troubleshooting will be different. So what will be the troubleshooting? Let's discuss. Just give me 1 second. I need to just send one of the important mail. Just give me 1 second. So I'm back. So see, if the red cross is coming in the Wi-Fi, what troubleshooting we have to follow? So again, we will start with the basic, same troubleshooting. Open ncpa.cpl, select your Wi-Fi adapter, right click and diagnose. That is the first thing that you have to do in the red cross signal as well. Same. After that, disable and enable. This is the second same troubleshooting that you have to do. After this, if still there is a red cross, now you have to check the driver, because might be the driver is not up to date, or maybe the driver of the Wi-Fi is not installed. So if the driver software is not available for the Wi-Fi, you will see red cross and you will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So after doing diagnose, after doing disable enable, if still there is a red cross signal coming, open run. Open run, type dev mgmt.msc. The full form is device management.microsoft console. So type dev mgmt.msc. Simply click on OK. Now here you need to go to the network adapter option. You need to go to the network adapters and you need to expand this. After expanding, you need to select the driver of wireless LAN. You need to select this option, wireless LAN 802.11ac. You need to select this name, wireless LAN 802.11ac. I don't know why the fireworks are there. Is there any reason, like any cricket match or something is going on? पटाखे वटाखे क्यों फूट रहे हैं? Anyone have any idea?
No, so today isn't anymore.
Might be due to group Wi-Fi.
Guru for yes, sir.
Right. It's happening in the night. Yeah, right. It happens in the night time. इसलिए हो रहा है. Got it. I thought that there is a cricket match. So, so you need to select this option, wireless LAN 802.11ac. And here you need to right click and click on update driver. But before this, remember, updating the driver needs the internet connectivity. इसके लिए internet चाहिए हमें. In order to use this step, we need the internet connection. But we are not able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Then how we will update this? So what you have to do before following this step, you need to connect the laptop with the LAN cable, Ethernet cable. So in the company, on every desk, there will be LAN cable available. So you need to take the LAN cable and you need to connect it in your laptop RJ45 port. Because what is happening right now, we are not able to connect to the Wi-Fi. That is the scenario. We are not able to connect to the Wi-Fi. But maybe we will be able to connect to the LAN internet. We would be able to connect to the internet using LAN cable. Wi-Fi is not working, but LAN is working. So we can connect to the LAN cable in our laptop. After that, what you have to do, now you have to select this option, wireless LAN 802.11ac. Right click and click on update driver. So click on update. After this, you need to click on this option, search automatically for drivers. Click. If there is any driver issue, it will automatically update the driver. Just like here you can see, the best driver for my device is already installed. So if there is any driver issue, it will automatically detect that and it will automatically fix it. So you have to follow this step. But before this, make sure you are connected with the LAN cable. Once that is done, you can remove the LAN cable back. So you have to update. If it does not solve your issue, if updating does not solve your issue, still you are getting the red cross. Now what you have to do, right click and uninstall. You have to uninstall the device. After uninstalling, the Wi-Fi software, the Wi-Fi driver will be removed from your laptop. So again, make sure the LAN cable is connected. Then after removing this, if you will uninstall this, so this name will be removed. This name will not come then. Now what you have to do, after uninstalling this driver, you need to click on the network adapter now. You have to click here. Then right click, then you need to click on scan for hardware changes. Because you have uninstalled the driver, so you don't have the driver right now, so you will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So you need the driver of the Wi-Fi now. So what you have to do, you have to select network adapter, right click, scan for hardware changes. Once you will click here, you can see, again look at the screen. Once I will click on this, you can see it is scanning my system. So it will go to the internet using the LAN cable. And if any driver is missing in the network category, it will automatically install that. After this, your red cross issue will be fixed. If you will follow this step, your red cross issue will be fixed. But still, it is not getting fixed. अगर तब भी नहीं हुआ, still you are facing the red cross. Now what you have to do, now the next step will be in the company laptop. In the company, they are not using the ordinary laptop that we are using at our home. In our home, the laptop that we have, that is a personal laptop, PC. We call them PC. But in the company, they will be using the business edition laptop. So that is more durable. The performance of the laptop is very good in the company, and that is more costly. So they are using the business edition laptops like Latitude series. It will be Latitude 5490, 5400, 7490, like that. And that is a costly laptop. So depending upon the designation of the person, they get the laptop. So what will happen actually in the business edition laptops, there is a Wi-Fi button. There is a Wi-Fi button on the business edition laptops, and it will look like this. So this kind of button will be there, and it depends what model of laptop you are using. So it might be here, it can be, it can be like this. See, even nowadays in our personal laptop also we are getting this kind of buttons. So it can be on the keypad, there will be a Wi-Fi icon to disable the Wi-Fi. It can be a separate button like this. It can be a separate Wi-Fi button, or it can be like this. See, this kind of button will be there. So you have to check in that laptop whether this button is on or not. If it is on, if you will turn it on, if you will switch on this button, you will face red cross. The Wi-Fi will not work. It will show you red cross. So you have to check this button should not be turned on. ये on नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be switched on. It should always be off. ये बंद होना चाहिए. If it is on, you will face the red cross and you will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. So make sure it is off. ये बंद होना चाहिए. Even nowadays in the personal laptops as well, we are able to get the Wi-Fi disconnection, but that is there on the keypad. वो keypad में होता है ऐसा, like this. In most of the laptop that we are using, we are getting this kind of symbol. But in the office devices, there can be separate button as well. So it can be button, it can be on the keypad. So you have to find out where is that key, and you have to make sure that should not be enable. Just like right now, this is enable. See, the light is popping up, it means it is on. If it is on, there will be red cross. Internet will not work. So you have to make sure it is off. Now, some of you might be thinking that if we need to keep it off, then why this option is given? दे क्यों रखा है फिर? If we have to keep it off always, we will not be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Then why this option is given? Anyone knows the answer? Anyone? No. See, what happens if any user who has this laptop, if let's suppose company has given the laptop to any employee, and that employee generally uses the public transport. Let's suppose the user is using the metro, bus, or any crowded place, like the user is going to the Starbucks for having the coffee. So in the crowded place, we cannot be safe. We are not safe in the crowded place, especially in the public transport. Let's suppose we are traveling to the office by metro and we have the laptop in our bag. If you will not turn on this button, nowadays there is a card kind of hacking. There is a RFID hacking. So person can just come nearby to you. They will be having the scanners. They have the scanners which is called RFID, radio frequency identification detectors. They can use that scanners and they can connect to your laptop without physically touching it. And they can hack your laptop. And meanwhile, you will be traveling. Because nowadays, what happens? If you have switched off the laptop properly, if you have shut down the laptop, then this will not be the problem. Shut down कर दोगे तब तो नहीं है. But most of the user, what they do, they don't shut down the laptop. They will just keep it in the hibernation or sleep mode. They just flip down the cover. वो cover बंद करके छोड़ देते हैं. So if the laptop is on and network is active, if you will not turn on this button, any hacker in the public transport, they can use the RFID scanners and they can connect to your laptop and they can hack it. This happens. That is the reason, because in the company data is very important. So in the corporate laptops, this option has been given that you can enable the Wi-Fi button if you don't want to shut down your laptop. This is the reason this option is given. Even you might have seen that we have the debit cards and credit cards and we have the auto swap facility. We just go to the restaurant and we say that tap, do the tap. So we have a limit and we can increase that. Generally, it is set to 5,000 rupees. We can increase that as well. So using that, we can simply tab it on the RFID scanner and the money will be debited. So if you are putting that card in your wallet and you are traveling with the public transport, so if any hacker is also there in that public transport, they can use the RFID scanner and they can scan your card, and without using the pin, your money can be debited. If you have set the limit 5,000, so 5,000 will be debited because that is the auto swap facility. So this is a good option as well, and that is a risk as well for the security perspective. So that is the reason this option is given, so that you can protect your company data. इसलिए होता है ये button. So that if you are traveling, if you don't want to shut down your laptop, you can turn it on. इसको on करके छोड़ दो. Person will not be able to connect to your laptop. This is a security mechanism, we can say. So if the cross button is coming, if the red cross signal is there, you have to check the basic thing first, diagnose the connection, disable, enable the LAN card. If it does not work, connect the LAN cable in the laptop, go to dev.mgmt.msc, select the network adapters and update the driver. If update does not solve your problem, uninstall the driver and reinstall it again. Scan for hardware changes. If that does not solve your problem, you need to check whether the button is on or not. If the Wi-Fi button is on, keep it off, turn it off. That will solve your problem. This is what you need to do in case there is a red cross. So these two are the status that will generally come if the Wi-Fi is not working. If any user is complaining that I am not able to connect to the Wi-Fi, you have to check first what is the status. If it is yellow icon, troubleshooting will be different. If it is red cross, the troubleshooting will be different. If the third status is airplane mode, that is the third status. Starting from Windows 8, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, we have one option in Windows that is called airplane mode. This is a new option that has been introduced from Windows 8. It was not there in Windows XP and Windows 7. So this is the option that we have in our laptops, in our operating systems. If I click on the Wi-Fi button, if I will click here, you can see there is one option, airplane mode. So this is my Windows 11 and here you can see there is airplane mode. If I will click on this option, my internet will be disconnected. If I will turn on this option, अगर मैं इसको on कर दूंगा, my internet will be disconnected. And here in the Wi-Fi area, I will see the airplane icon. My internet will be disconnected, plus it will reflect airplane icon in my status, like this, like this. So if someone is complaining that my Wi-Fi is not working, you also have to check if airplane mode is on or not. If it is on, you will see the airplane icon on the taskbar. So if it is on, simply click on the airplane icon and turn it off. बंद करो इसको. Turn it off. After turning it off, now you have to click on the Wi-Fi again. Click on the Wi-Fi bar. Select your Wi-Fi network. You have to select it. Let's suppose this is my Wi-Fi. Select, right click, and you need to forget the connection. Forget. Remove everything. After forgetting the connection, again click on the Wi-Fi button. Again select your Wi-Fi name. Click on connect. So after selecting the Wi-Fi again, click on connect. Enter the password of the Wi-Fi. You guys know the password in company because you are the support engineers, so you will have the access of the Wi-Fi password. So enter the password of the Wi-Fi, then again reconnect. This will solve your problem. So if the airplane icon is on, turn off the airplane icon, forget the Wi-Fi connection and reconnect it again. दोबारा से connect करो उसको. This will solve your issue. This is how it works. Now some of you might be thinking that why this airplane mode option is given. If the internet will not work, then why this option is given? So this is not for the security. This is not for the security. This option has been introduced because let's suppose you are in the meeting. You are doing the online meeting just like I am doing the meeting with you. And your screen is connected to the projector. You are in office boardroom, you are the manager, you are giving the presentation to the CEO or manager, and your screen is connected to the projector. If someone will ping, if someone ping, so the ping pop-up will come on the screen. That will be irritated. If someone will send me the mail in the Outlook, that pop-up will come on the right side that this is the mail. Even there are some people in the company who will directly call you from the Teams. There is a call button in the Teams application. If someone wants to talk to you, your friend wants to talk to you, they will directly call you. That will become the unprofessional behavior during the meetings. You can get distracted. So during the meeting or during the personal conversations, if you want to make yourself unreachable from the internet for some time, then you can enable the airplane mode button. It is like do not disturb. So no one else will be able to call you, no one else will be able to chat with you, and your mails will also not reflect as a pop-up. So you will be do not disturb. That will be your mode. It's also there in the mobile phone as well. We can enable the DND and the call will not come. So the intention was to look professional during the meetings. So after the meeting is over, you can disable this airplane mode. But there are some people accidentally they will enable this. गलती से enable कर दिया. There are some users in the company, they are working as a manager, let's suppose. They are the HR manager, sales manager. They are not technical. So by mistake, they have enabled this option. So their internet will not work and they will cry. They will raise a ticket that my Wi-Fi is not working. And if you will check, you will get to know that, oh, airplane mode is on. Simply turn it off. Forget the Wi-Fi, reconnect it again. That will solve the issue. So issue fix. This is what you need to do. So in case the Wi-Fi is not working, check these 3 to 4 parameters. In the different cases, there will be different troubleshootings. In the interview, the interviewer can directly ask you that user is not able to connect to the Wi-Fi. What troubleshooting you will do? If the interviewer is asking this question directly, you have to tell all the steps that I will check the status. If it is yellow, then I will follow this troubleshooting. If this is red, then I will follow this troubleshooting. If the airplane icon is there, so I will follow this troubleshooting. But if the interviewer is specifically asking that I am trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, but I am not able to, and I am getting the yellow icon on the status bar. So what troubleshooting you will do? So at that time, you only have to talk about the yellow icon troubleshooting. So whatever the interviewer wants to ask, listen the question carefully, then answer it properly. ध्यान से सुनना, then answer देना. If you don't understand any question, you can ask the interviewer to repeat again. Simply ask, sir, can you please repeat it again? And they will repeat. But understand the question, then give the answer. So if the Wi-Fi issue is there, you have to follow the step that I told you. Plus, if any person is connected to the LAN, LAN means LAN cable. If someone is connected to the internet using the LAN cable, just like in desktops, in the company, there will be desktop as well. So desktops will not connect to the Wi-Fi, they will use the LAN cable. So if someone is complaining that I am not able to connect to the internet using the LAN cable and there is a yellow icon, so you have to follow the same troubleshooting step that we followed in the Wi-Fi. Same. If someone is saying I am not able to connect to the internet, not Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi option is only there in the laptop. If someone is saying that I am not able to connect to the internet using the LAN cable, so if that is a yellow icon, check the status. If that is a yellow icon like this, right image is not available at this time. Image any. Yeah, this one. See, if this kind of icon is coming, if the person is connected using the LAN cable and this kind of icon is coming, you have to follow the same troubleshooting that I told you in the Wi-Fi yellow icon. Same. And if the red cross is coming in this network icon in the LAN, so you have to follow the troubleshooting of the Wi-Fi, but you have to skip this option. You will not check the Wi-Fi button that I told you because that is only for the Wi-Fi. So you will not check the button. Rest of the troubleshooting will be same. You need to diagnose the connection, disable, enable the LAN card. You need to go to device management, then update the driver. So in case the LAN is not getting connected, so connect. You need to get the driver from another system. Means you are not able to connect to the LAN, so your internet is not working. So using the LAN cable you cannot connect, so you cannot update your driver. So what you have to do in that case, so you have to install the driver offline. If the LAN issue is there, person is not able to connect to the internet, so you have to update the driver offline. Offline means go to the official site of the desktop. Let's suppose they are using Dell laptop or Dell desktop. So what you have to do, go to the official site. Just like I have a Dell laptop, so I will go to Dell support. If it is HP, go to HP support. So go to this, and here go to the search box and you need to download the Ethernet driver. So download the Ethernet driver like this. See, download this driver. How will you download your internet is not working? So download on another system where the internet is working. Then copy the setup and bring it into this impacted system. You can use the pen drive. You will be having the pen drive in the company. That is a official pen drive. So you can copy the setup, bring it back in the desktop where the LAN is not getting connected. Double click on the setup. Next, finish. Install the software manually. So if the red cross is coming during the LAN connectivity, you have to follow the same troubleshooting of the Wi-Fi, but you have to skip the last option, Wi-Fi button option. You don't have to discuss that because that is only for the Wi-Fi. Rest of the option will remain same. So yes, internet issue can be there in the Wi-Fi. Internet issues can be there in the LAN cable as well. And in both the scenarios, troubleshootings are similar. Just don't follow the Wi-Fi steps. Rest of the option will remain same. So now we have the understanding. In case Wi-Fi is not getting connected, so what troubleshooting we will do? We have to check the status. If it is yellow, what troubleshooting we will do? If it is red, what troubleshooting we will do? If it is airplane mode, what troubleshooting we will do? Then we also have the understanding of the LAN. If the system is connected using the LAN cable and the internet is not coming, so again, what troubleshooting we will do in the yellow case or in the red cross case? Airplane mode is not for the LAN, so we will not check that. We also have the understanding about Apipa. What is Apipa? This is also an interview question. What is Apipa? We know what is the range of Apipa, and we know that in case the Apipa is there on our system, so how we will troubleshoot. Interviewer can ask you what is Apipa, what is the range of Apipa, and if Apipa is there in my system, so what troubleshooting you will follow. So that we discussed today. They can also ask you scenario based question that internet is not working on my laptop. When I check my IP status, so it is showing 169.254.10.12. So IP is there, but my internet is also not getting connected. So what is the issue? So looking at the range, you can simply understand that is a Apipa range, 169. So you have to follow the Apipa troubleshooting. You will say to the interviewer that this is Apipa, so we have to follow the Apipa troubleshooting in this case. So listen to the question very carefully before giving any answer. Now you can take the screenshot of the notes. Rest of the things we will discuss tomorrow. So just take this note. You should know what is DHCP server, what is Apipa, what is the range of Apipa. You have to remember that. How to fix Apipa, that you have to remember. So just take the screenshot. Screenshot ले लो.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Taken, sir.
Now take this one. This one.
Taken, sir.
Take this one. And make your notes. If the LAN is not working, it means the internet is not coming in the LAN scenario. You have to follow the same troubleshooting. The only thing is you have to skip the Wi-Fi button option. That's it. Baki rest of the option will remain same in the red cross and in the yellow.
सर इसके पहले का 1 मिनट दिखा सकते हो क्या?
इसके पहले का ये था.
हाँ, गलती से ये हो गया है सर. हाँ यही डन सर.
Take this one.
Taken, sir.
डन सर.
Taken, sir.
Done.
Done, sir.
So that's it for the day. Tomorrow we will connect and tomorrow we will discuss about domain joining issue. If someone
Sir,
is not able to, yes,
sir, ticket status, let me explain, sir, one time.
ticket status that I already explained in the
Explain,
last
sir,
class.
but on the day network is issues there from my side.
Okay, see, in the ticket, there are some state. The first state is new. or you can call it assigned. This is the status when you create a new ticket. If any user is complaining that I am facing the issue, so service desk will create a new ticket. So that is called new status. And because it will be assigned to the engineer, maybe service desk engineer will work on the case, or maybe they will transfer it to another engineer. So it is also known as assigned status. So the fresh ticket which is just created, that is called new or assigned ticket. After assignment, if any engineer open the ticket, if any engineer will start working on the ticket, that is called open or in progress. If let's suppose I am the engineer, I got the ticket. So if I am opening the ticket and if I have started the troubleshooting, that is called in progress status, or you can also call it open ticket. But maybe the engineer approached to the user that please show me your issue. I just want to check the issue. And user says that I am not available right now. I am not available. I am in a meeting. I will be available after 2 hours. So please ping me after 2 hours. So that time we have to keep the ticket pending on customer or user. If the user is saying that I am not available right now to show you the issue, so you have to keep the ticket pending on user or customer. That is the third status. If you got the ticket, you are the engineer, you got the ticket, but you are busy. Might be you have another ticket as well. Might be you are in the washroom. Might be you are doing the lunch. So if you are not doing the troubleshooting that time, you got the ticket, but you are not doing any troubleshooting. So you can also keep the ticket pending on IT support. This is also one of the status. And if you have fixed any issue, if the troubleshooting is done, you have to close the ticket. So that is called closed or resolved status. These are the status. Okay.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट।
Mhm.
सर एक्चुअली ना क्या हुआ, मैंने अभी स्क्रीनशॉट सेव किया बट वो एक्चुअली सिस्टम में सेव ही नहीं हुआ।
Mhm.
सो सर फिर से एक बार दिखा सकते हो? सॉरी टू।
कौन सा वाला?
वही सर, फिर से दिखाना पड़ेगा वो पूरा।
पूरा लो
हाँ
आ गया. It is there in this. Take it.
हो गया सर। डन डन
अभी सेव हो रहा है ना?
डन डन डन।
That's it.
थैंक
So
यू सर।
let's connect tomorrow then, and let's proceed with another issue. So we will discuss about domain joining issue, user login issues, WSUS update issues, patching troubleshootings, DNS reachability issues. That we will discuss tomorrow. So that's it for the day. Thank you very much for your timing. Have a good night. Bye.